Hello, everyone. Welcome. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Let me just mute everyone. Mute. Welcome, everyone. So excited to see you. And yeah, I'm really grateful to be able to connect with everyone from all over the world. So if you guys see the chat box down below, you're welcome to type and say hello, maybe say where you're from. If you're a first timer or if you've done a ceremony with me before, just in the chat box. Ohio, hello from Hawaii, New York. Oh. New York, Texas, Saudi Arabia, Canada, first timer. Hello from Australia. And while people join, we're just going to do some housekeeping. And also, if you wanted to tune into an intention for today for the ceremony, just ask your heart, what is my intention for today? And if you want to share your intention for the ceremony for today, feel free to type it in the box as well. Hello from India, Santa Cruz, California, Ireland. Oh. So for people who are just joining, we're tuning into our intention. I'm also turning on captions because there's a few deaf people who wanted to join. So that's why. Removing barriers is my intention, intuition. Letting go of old beliefs and loving myself unconditionally. Yeah. Releasing doubt and opening. Beautiful. I also like to set intentions before connecting with all of you, and it really helps me ground and remember to soak in this moment, really be here now. And my intention today is to be of the highest service to all of you, to connect with my higher self, my heart, yeah, and see what magic wants to flow through. My intention is to deepen the sustainability of my inner peace. Yeah, staying present in each moment, opening my heart. Deepen self-love, perfect. Trust the universe and move with ease. I love that. And just for housekeeping, does everyone have a mug to sip? So either water, tea, or cacao. If you don't, you can just grab some water. Perfect. Cheers. We're gonna sip it throughout the ceremony, so you can just leave it near you. And for me, I have cacao and I love working with cacao, but you can use any liquid that's edible. And the beauty of it is, I believe we're all energy, and everything in our energetic field has the possibility to be programmed with our intention. So sipping this is really grounding. It's really a beautiful way to connect with our hearts and with the earth, because it's a gift from the earth, and really infuse our intentions into the drink. So that's why we use a liquid. Yeah. My intention is for my actions to better reflect what is in my heart. Transcending an old memory that keeps me stuck in feelings of fear and scarcity. Yeah. Fully letting my highest potential in, allowing in deeper trust. Oh, beautiful. And so we're going to do a 45-minute ceremony, which is like a guided meditation with lots of different processes and rituals. And then we'll do a 45-minute sharing and open Q&A. So for the first portion, it's really an inward journey. So we're going to have our eyes closed, and we'll also close the chat box, and then we'll reopen the chat when it's time to do the Q&A. All right, so any final intentions, you can put it in the chat box. Get really comfortable in your seat. 121 people here, hello. My intention is to trust the universe, yeah, and trusting myself and all that is happening. clearing the way to an open heart, trusting myself and my intuition. Yeah, trust is a huge theme. Okay, so we're gonna close the chat box for now and start the 45-minute meditation. If you want to get comfortable in your seat, and we'll close our eyes also, so don't worry, no one's staring at you. Just drop into your heart, and we can start with closing our eyes. And we'll take 3 deep breaths together. So take a deep breath in and out with a sigh. Take another deep breath in and out with a sigh. And one more deep breath in and out with a sigh. Continuing to breathe deeply at your own pace. Really settling into this moment, knowing there's nowhere else to be and nothing else to do, but be here now. And as you breathe, you can imagine a beautiful white light in your heart space. And with every breath, this light expands. Allowing this light to swirl around your heart, all the way around through the back of your heart. Breathing deeply, this light trickles down to your abdomen. Allowing your stomach to relax. And breathing deeply, you can pull this light down to your pelvis, your root. Feeling solid and safe. Allowing this light to trickle down your legs. Relaxing your legs. All the way down through the bottoms of your feet. And pushing your light down into the center of the earth. Connecting with the core of Mother Earth. And feeling the love of Mother Earth come pulsing up. Breathing it all the way up your legs. Breathing it all the way into your heart. Allowing yourself to receive. And pulling this beautiful light into your throat. Relaxing and activating your throat. Pulling this beautiful light up to your forehead, your third eye. Clearing, cleansing, and activating the third eye. And pulling this light up your head, the top of your head, all the way up into the universe, all the way up to Source. And imagining yourself connecting with Source. And the love of Source comes pouring down, all the way down into your heart. Knowing you are safe and grounded and connected with all that you are. And you can bring your mug to the front of your chest, holding your mug. And this is a beautiful elixir from the earth. And it is going to help us open our hearts and guide us throughout the ceremony. So you can breathe your love out into the mug with an exhale. And take a sip. Feeling this elixir melt into your body. Noticing how it tastes and feels. And we can put our mugs down. And keeping our eyes closed, continuing to breathe into your belly. You can imagine you're walking somewhere beautiful in nature. Imagining the nature sounds and smells. And as you walk in nature, you see a beautiful crystal clear pond right in front of you. And this pond is shimmering. And as you get closer to it, a giant lotus appears in the center of the pond. This lotus is bigger than your body, and it is shimmering with light. You notice the pond is only ankle deep, so you step inside, cleansing your feet as you walk towards the lotus. And this beautiful lotus invites you closer. You can see it's big enough and sturdy enough. So you raise your leg and go to sit on the lotus in the center of the flower. Sitting inside this healing flower. feeling the love of the flower holding you. And you notice you're surrounded by pink and green light. This beautiful light washes throughout your body. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. It is like a hug. And as you sit in the flower, you can hold your hands to your heart. Put your hands on your heart space. And feel that light cleansing your heart. And ask your heart this question: what is no longer serving me? And just trust the first answer or feeling. And ask your heart, what do I want to let go of from now? Resting your hands down and trusting the feeling. It is powerful to speak out loud into your room. So repeat the sentence after me and fill in the blank. I let go of. And with any words that come to you, I let go of. And everything you wish to let go of, conscious and subconscious, melts away. Melting away to be transmuted with love. And holding your mug. Breathing out this spaciousness you've created. Breathing out this openness into your mug. And take a sip. Putting your mug down. And as you breathe, you can feel your heart opening and this light in your heart going all the way up to your crown, the top of your head. And this light is opening your crown. Opening the top of your head to the light of your higher self. And as you breathe, you can imagine the light of your higher self coming down. All the way down through your crown. Feeling the energy of your higher self as it comes into your heart. And as you breathe, you integrate and adjust to this frequency. And you are your higher self. You are one. So you can ask your higher self this question: what are all the ways I have been hard on myself? And just trust the feeling, the first answer. How am I being hard on myself? And is this serving me? Sending waves of love to your own heart and more gentleness and compassion to yourself. Imagining yourself shedding your skin, shedding everything that is heavy. Letting go of self-judgments, patterns, beliefs, and fears. Feeling lighter with every breath. And repeat this out loud after me. I forgive myself. I see myself. I am grateful for myself. And really send yourself that gratitude, thanking all the old versions of you that have led you to this moment. Seeing the beauty of all the lessons, all the past versions of yourself. And now seeing the pure essence that you are, feeling that love in your heart, and knowing this is who you are. Breathing deeply to integrate. You are brand new. You are open to what is new. Everything is available to you now. Everything is possible. And holding your mic, this time exhaling this newness, this openness, this frequency in your heart. Breathing out into your mug. And take a sip. Putting your mug down. And And now this golden light is shimmering from every petal of the lotus. Breathing this gold light into your body. Clearing and cleansing every cell of your body. Activating your DNA. Activating your remembering. This light is renewing and recharging you, allowing your cellular body to remember that you are brand new in every moment. You can choose a new way of being in every moment. And you can ask your higher self, who am I? And trusting whatever comes through, repeat this after me and fill in the blank. I am. And with as many words that come through, repeat after me, I am. Knowing it is who you are and it is done. Knowing every single step in your path has brought you to this moment. And every single moment is bringing you into this remembering and this feeling of who you are and all that you are. And as you breathe, you know it is done. Thanking the lotus for this healing session. You can imagine yourself stepping out of the lotus, back into the crystal clear water, and walking slowly through the water to the other side of the pond. Feeling connected to the earth, feeling renewed. And you're at the edge of the pond as you step onto the grass. This beautiful soft grass rises to meet you. And as you walk, you realize you are on the new earth. Tune into the energy of the new earth. And trust the feeling, trust your imagination. Feeling held by the new earth. And as you stop, you notice from the distance comes an animal. Trust the first animal you think of. And feel the energy of this animal coming towards you. Feel the heart of this animal. And the animal is right in front of you. Look into its eyes. And you feel it has a message for you. Trust the feeling. Maybe this animal is showing you something in yourself that you wish to remember, or a quality you wish to activate. Maybe the energy of this animal is showing you what you wish to embody in the new way. As you breathe, the beautiful, pure energy of the animal comes into your body, melting into your heart. As you receive the message and gifts of this animal, knowing it is already in you. You can hold your mug, exhaling the amazing gifts and essence of this animal into your mug. And take a sip. You might notice your body wants to move or stretch. Just gently move in any way that feels good to you. Keeping your eyes closed. You might notice this energy wants to be moved through your body. Maybe you want to move your spine or hips, or your neck in small circles. Allowing this frequency to move through your body, clearing anything that is blocked physically or energetically. And when you're ready, coming back into stillness, imagining the beautiful new earth bursting alive all around you. And noticing how you feel here. You can ask your higher self this question: what brings me joy? What brings me joy on the new earth? What do I like to prioritize here? How do I want to feel? What new ways of being do I want to explore? What if it could be easy? What if it could be fun? How do I want to be? And knowing the power of your intention spoken out loud, you can repeat this sentence after me and fill in the blank. I call in. Everything you wish to call in, you can say it as many times as you want. I call in. Knowing it is done the moment you say it. It has already been done the moment the desire was born. Knowing it is already yours. Letting your imagination drift to everything you wish to call in. Imagining it as if it is right here, right now. Knowing it can be easeful. Letting go to trust that it is already yours. And holding your mug. Everything you wish to call in, conscious and subconscious, exhale into the mug. And take a sip. Breathing deeply to integrate. And repeat after me. I choose ease. I choose to trust. I choose to remember my power. I choose love. I choose to trust my higher self. I choose to trust my path. I choose to trust my universe. And breathing deeply, you feel this love in your heart, expanding it all the way out to everyone you love. Sending this beautiful love to everyone you have yet to love. And every heart you have touched. And every heart you have yet to touch. Sending this love out across your country. Spreading this love out across the oceans. And feeling the web of light we are now creating in this ceremony. Connecting our love with everyone who is now sending love. Connecting our love with everyone who will tune into this ceremony afterwards. Seeing this brilliant light encompassing the entire world. Seeing how your light is connected to it all. And blasting this light out across all dimensions into the multiverse, across space and time. Sending this love out to Source. Connecting and becoming all that is. And the love of the entire universe comes pouring down, showering the earth with love. All the way into your heart, allowing yourself to really receive all the love you have poured out of your heart in your lifetime, across all lifetimes, is coming back into your heart. Allowing yourself to accept this love and give yourself this love. And I will be silent for a few moments to really let yourself feel this frequency. This is the 0 point field where everything is possible, where you are connected with all that you are, where you remember who you are. This is the frequency of love that can alchemize everything. And with a big breath, imagine yourself breathing this love into every aspect of your life from now. And allowing yourself to pull this love down through your legs, all the way down into the earth. Knowing you are grounded, you are present. Connecting with your body. And slowly wiggling your toes and fingers. Stretching if you need to. Slowly coming back to your space. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you guys so much. Some of you might need to take more time, so keep your eyes closed. Yeah. You might want to drink some water. And for those who are ready, we can open up the chat box again. So if you want to type how you're feeling. It's okay if you feel a little tingly or buzzy, it's just the energy. Incredible, I feel whole again. I love that. I'm flowing, warm and fuzzy. And just know however your experience was is perfect for what you needed. Everyone's gonna feel different. Felt like I released so much, bawled my eyes out. Yeah, it's really common to cry through this. Confident and in my power. Yeah, a bunch of tears. I feel warm and encompassed, peaceful, hopeful, love and oneness. I did a lot of crying, yeah. That crying is that energy of suppressed emotion moving through, so it's really healing. I feel new again, beautiful. Yeah. And if you guys have any questions, you can also type in the chat box and just say question in all caps so I can find it easily. Questions about anything, it can be the ceremony or any topic. Deeply relaxed and at ease, surrendered. I feel ethereal and grounded, feels like me, yeah. That was so beautiful, I want to do it every day. Often when we go through our day-to-day lives, we start thinking this anxiety or this worry or this overthinking version of me is who I am, right? Because we're used to that. But through doing these ceremonies, I've really started feeling the truth of who I am. When you clear out of the mind and when you drop into the heart, this expansive feeling, that's the truth of who you are and what's possible. So allowing that to become more and more real than your worries and fears. And the more you drop into this, the more you can actually feel it flowing into your daily life, or the easier it gets to return to that space. Question, how often do you do this ceremony? Yeah, I started doing these ceremonies about 5 years ago with my friends, and I didn't know, exactly what it was or what I was doing, but kind of flowed through intuitively, and it changed over time. But we'd always do something around letting go, coming into the heart, calling in, and I developed this practice in my own life kind of through doing it myself and with my partner, with my friends. We do these monthly ceremonies with everyone, but in my own life, I'd like to say maybe once every 2 weeks. Sometimes more, sometimes I lose touch with it. Sometimes it feels like I don't need to do it, but actually the past 2 weeks I've been a bit more in my head and stressed, and I needed this. And it's like so weird how when you're so frantic and busy and stressed, that's the time when you need it most, but that's the time when you often just push it off. So it's a reminder to myself. Question, how do you see the role of the animal that appears to us? Yeah, I love doing the animal one. If you want to type what animal came through to you and what you felt it meant, I would trust your intuition on the feeling of the animal, the energy of the animal, how it presents to you, how it makes you feel. And sometimes you might think it's just my imagination, but trust that, because you're not, out of billions of animals, you thought of that animal for a reason. Yeah. Often it is a quality that's wanting to be remembered in you. Yeah. Question, I've been in a dark night of the soul for a year. How can I trust this is for my highest good? I'm exhausted. Who has experienced a dark night of the soul, a hard time, yeah, where it feels like this journey is not linear. It's not like it keeps getting better and better and better and better. There's so many layers of clearing and purging. So sometimes you go through a dark period, a dark night where everything's collapsing, and then you feel like you've come out of it, and then there's another one. But from another perspective, it does get better and better and better in terms of finding your self-love and being more gentle with yourself and coming back to your heart. For me, my heart has been my anchor in the hardest times. I've had a really hard, dark night when I first had my awakening in 2017. And of course, other hard times in my life too, but this was more like a collapsing of my entire identity. And it's really hard because the mind and body feels so uncomfortable in that space. And because we're not feeling good, it feels like you're going through a birthing canal. We start judging ourselves and thinking something's wrong with us. So what I realized was our own self-judgments make it worse, right? And this whole journey is about being a bit more gentle with ourselves and knowing this will pass and knowing this is happening for my expansion. As hard as it is, I think it would be harder to go back or try to squeeze yourself into the old box of your old self. Yeah. Who is our higher self? I feel you are your higher self. It's just in this human form. A lot of us have felt disconnected from the soul of all that we are. And people will answer this differently, but it's, you can imagine your higher self as the more expansive, connected version of you. It's the one you felt in the ceremony, right? And as we expand and clear, we're becoming more light so we can hold more of our higher self. It's almost like that, imagining it coming through your crown. You can hold more of your light, more of who you really are. And by holding more light, you remember and activate your memories of who you are. This frequency of there's so much more to life than this, right? And I am not small, I am worthy, I am love. This was the most intense session I had ever attended to date. I literally could visualize my rebirth while being inside the lotus. Yeah, and if you want to send a private message to me or a question privately, you can do that too. What does the pain in your neck usually symbolize, or is it different for everyone? Been tuning into my body and moving the stuck energy. You're right. I would say in one way it can mean whatever it means to you. I feel like our interpretation and our beliefs are so powerful, but also physical symptoms can show something that is more stuck emotionally. And you can think of what started, like what you were going through when that pain started. Was there some emotional event in your life? Or it could be your throat area, like speaking your truth. Ask your higher self what it means and trust the answer will come. How can we stay connected to that frequency of love we just accessed? It felt so amplified than usual. But it doesn't feel like it's easy to be in that state all the time, especially in challenging and triggering moments. Really good question. I feel like we all yearn to be in that state, but then it's a catch-22. It's like by desiring it, you're going to notice when you're not in it, right? And then it creates a separation more. So for me, it's more so about trusting that in every moment I am walking towards that, right? And even in the challenging and triggering moments, those are happening perfectly for that path, right? And the more we practice this, like in meditation or ceremony, walking in nature, whatever works for you, you'll notice it's easier to get there faster. So let's say something challenges you or triggers you last year. It could have taken the whole day for you to come back to your perspective and peace. But now it might only take an hour and then only 10 minutes. It depends on the situation, but I'm just so proud of how much we've all been doing the work in the moments you don't even think you're doing the work, which is in these challenging moments. We're learning to really be gentle with ourselves, observe ourselves, feel the feeling, sometimes crying and letting it out. That's the best thing to do. How do you move through indecision or going back and forth on something? Really good question. I'm going through something similar. When you're going back and forth on something, a decision, I feel like you're in your head, right? Because the head is wanting to battle the pros and cons, or you are battling the head and the heart. So the head's saying something, or your fears are saying something, and your heart is pulling you in another direction. So when you're sitting in that, it's so confusing, it's so muddy. It's like, muddy water. It's not like you can see clearly. So the best thing to do is actually get out of your head and into your heart. You can redo this ceremony and do similar ceremonies or meditations where once you're in that love state, that expanded state, you can ask your higher self, what is for my highest good? Yeah, and trust the first feeling that comes through. How long will we be able to keep this recording? Forever. Yeah, you can come back to it as many times. Okay, now I'm getting to all the animals. A deer said, look after us. Lion for courage. Wow, lots of people got tiger and lion. It's interesting, I felt a tiger too when I was saying it. I had a horse trying to be a unicorn, and then I realized I am both. Yeah, exactly however the vision presented itself. And it might not be a clear visual, it might be just a feeling or the thought of the animal. That's the message. So just trust however you felt it. I have created many obligations that aren't nourishing me, and I feel trapped by them. Would you have advice on how to shift this? That's a really good question. I feel there are some obligations and things we have taken on or agreed to that are no longer aligned with where we're going, or are things that no longer are serving us or for us, that we can choose to let go. But there's also responsibilities and obligations, for example, children or something like that, where your soul has already chosen them and they're with you for your life, right? But noticing the difference between what am I making an obligation, I need to do this, I should do this, versus what can I really let go of? And it's a really good question for this theme, because it's like, what ways of being am I agreeing to? What patterns, what values, what priorities am I agreeing to that no longer can go where I'm heading? When I was in Silicon Valley, and then after that I worked for clients in Silicon Valley, I was freelancing while traveling the world. And my heart was telling me, this isn't my highest path. This isn't my joy. I need to quit. I need to stop working in this industry. But then, of course, out of scarcity and fear and the shackles of that safety net, I kept going month to month, working with these clients, and I was drained. But that seesaw between my heart and that safety got worse and worse and more painful. And I realized I needed to cut it off, right? I felt so trapped in that role. And it took a lot of baby steps to find the courage, but I let go and I said, no more. I'm not going to work with these clients anymore. I gave them notice and really cut it off. But it had to be at a pace that I was comfortable with. It's really hard to take the leap with no safety net. So unless you truly believe and feel that you can, then I believe it's possible. But a lot of people need these baby steps, and it's more so to prove to yourself that you are safe and you can do it. A squirrel, someone got a reminder that everything is okay and to play more. What opens you or connects you to the heart versus the mind? This is an individual practice of noticing when you're in the head and when you're in the heart. You'll notice the feelings and messages you get when you're connecting in the heart are really different from the mind. The mind wants to frantically pull you left and right and justify and protect yourself. But the heart is more calm, and it's usually pretty solid and stable, and what it tells you, it's pretty consistent. Yeah. For me, the ceremonies have connected me the most with my heart, and that's why I love sharing it. It's literally what I do in my own life. Really feeling that warmth spreading, and when I'm in that state, that's when I write, or that's when I really feel that giving creativity, that love that can overflow out into the world, into my life. And I would say, don't be so hard on yourself if you feel like you can't connect, because you are connected. It's just getting out of the mind that doubts. If sitting still is hard for you, I would say just walk in nature or go somewhere, do something that makes you feel really grounded and present. I have found it harder to go out in public due to feeling sensitive to others' energy. Any suggestions? Anyone feeling that or have felt that? Yeah. I went through a really hard time, like 2 years, where it was like so hard to go out into even socializing. It felt like there was a huge gap in my energy field, and it felt draining, or I needed more time to kind of build up to it and then build down and recharge. It does get easier. It's more so there could be times, and know that it will pass, where you need more inward time, more nature time. What has helped me is imagining we're moving through this time where of course, we're becoming more sensitive to others' energy, and we have done a lot of our own clearing. So you're going to pick up on other people's energy and feelings, and then sometimes think it's yours, right? And when you make up a story that it's yours, for example, you're out in public in a gathering and you're starting to feel anxious, like this social anxiety. It's like, wait a minute, is this really mine? Or am I picking up on everyone else's chattering mind and anxieties? And instead of beating yourself up for it, like, oh no, I need to fix this, I need to meditate, I need to change this around, just say, this is not mine, or I no longer consent to this, and breathe that feeling, that anxiety down through your legs, right? And say, I don't need to make up a story about this, right? This feeling doesn't have to mean anything about me. I experienced something very intense. Sorry, that's a one-on-one message. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me one-on-one in a DM if you want to share any of the experiences you've had. How did you get started on your path of teaching and healing? I would love to channel my higher self through spirit too. Yeah, I'm thinking of doing an extended kind of ceremony on channeling and what it means to me and how I channel. How did I get started? I feel like we've all been nudged on our path, right? Everything that suffocated you and everything that's excited you are all nudging you on this path towards your truth, yourself, your soul. And for me, I've always felt from childhood like there's more to life than this. I'm meant to follow my heart. I want to make the most of life. I don't know where that came from. It's probably the soul's inner knowing that we're all born with. But throughout my career, I just lost touch with that. I became really burnt out. And I quit my job in 2017, started traveling the world and freelancing. And I had a blog. I started a blog. And this is when I wasn't even writing consistently for myself. Like I literally only wrote for my company that I worked for school. I didn't journal. I had a journal from age 10 to maybe 17, and then I stopped for a while. But I started journaling for myself again. Not for any purpose of I want to teach the world, but first for my own joy, for that soul connection. Because writing to me really makes me feel expansive and in my heart. And as I journaled, more and more of these words came through. And of course, it was clunky at first. It was a bit rusty, like trying to remember a language you used to speak as a child. And I gained some confidence, though I was terrified to post anything on this blog that no one knew about. I get full panic sweats. And I slowly gained the confidence to share on Instagram, although I was still really shy with it. So I think these baby steps of always asking myself, what's my highest excitement? What makes me feel alive? What do I want to do if I could do anything? What's my dream day start like? How do I feel? And I imagined being able to share the essence that I am, or my heart, with the world. And first and foremost, that writing was like my art form. Right? I just had so much joy for creating it. Yeah, and all the breadcrumbs that came after that, just following. And there was so much doubt along the way, so much paralysis, so much self-judgment. And that was another battle. That's another story, but a huge battle. Just catching up on questions. I feel I like to be in this state of high frequency and avoiding my real life because it will get me out of this frequency. How to integrate, yeah. So this is really good to ask, because in a sense, we are shifting so much, we're expanding so much. All of you are here for such a high frequency and dimension of being that the outer world out there is going to feel so dense in comparison to what your soul knows you are, what your soul is wanting to experience. So it's so normal to feel that disconnect and almost feel like this feeling feels more real than the rules of the world out there, the conventions. This gap feels so painful to navigate, like you're walking between worlds when you have to go into your job or into the world, and then coming back to this, it's just really jarring for a while. And I felt that for about 2 to 3 years, really, really jarring. But with time, I really felt more grounded in this life and in how did it happen? I think it was a natural process and it's happening for everyone. So just trust that it is integrating already and it is done. It will get easier. And notice what parts of the world out there feel really draining to you. Like maybe you need more boundaries, more self-care around that. Or maybe for me, what it was I struggled to really converse with people who weren't kind of seeing the world the same way I was, or old friends, because it felt like, how can I really be myself, you know? And I don't like small talk. So I just felt some more distance. But now I'm actually reconnecting with the true friends, you know, who stick around, and old friends, and seeing them for their heart and that love, right? And not seeing, oh, they see the world differently, or, oh, I can't talk about this around them. It's more so just feeling that love and oneness with everyone. And I think by dissolving that separation, we remember we are all connected, we are all one. Even this gap between worlds is a construct of the mind in one perspective. When and how do you think the new earth will be a reality? So everyone who just tuned into that ceremony, the new earth, you can type how the new earth felt to you when you accessed it. And imagine, like, just share any visions or any feelings you had about the new earth or yourself on the new earth. I'd love to read that. In terms of when, like, that's really hard to answer. And I feel like anyone who's given predictions, it's like, we're only going to see that it's not, like, these timelines are fluid. But for me, what's really helped me is through these ceremonies and meditations, connecting with the new earth. And I realize that it's already alive in me, in my heart. I can access it through my meditations. And the more I live from the now, the more it actually ripples out into my world. Like, when I see my land through new eyes, fresh eyes, everything is so much more vibrant. Like, nature is more vibrant. I notice the trees, the birds. I feel more brand new in myself. So it's this energy we're anchoring in ourselves that ripples out into the world out there. And this ceremony is so important for that, because when you're seeing the world and your problems in your life through your old lens of struggle and lack, and it's not happening yet, you'll always keep seeing that. And allowing yourself to come to 0 point in the heart where everything's brand new, you'll start noticing your days are shifting. The people around you are shifting, the interactions shift. I feel the ego of my old self keeps pulling me back into old patterns to keep me safe in the known. The unknown of the new self is scary and threatens the ego. How do I fully let go of that old self and accept the new? Any tips? Yeah. The old self is operating from what they know, what they have known, including your old traumas, your fears, your patterns, your beliefs, the beliefs of the world that tell you this is the only way or this is how it's got to be. The new is tuning into what is possible, right? The new earth, the new way, your higher self. And in a way, you can logically know that the higher self is more tuned into what's real, what's possible. But I guess you can't blame the human. Like, we've grown up in this world of hardship and struggle and fear and traumas that we keep believing that's what we're stuck in. It takes a lot of courage to shift out of that. Yeah. For me, I did this seesaw for so long and I was so sick of it. And I feel like you will continue that seesaw until you're so sick of it that you're like, okay, enough is enough. And I'm going to follow my heart. And it could be something so tiny, something that really feels exciting to you, big or small. It could be even as simple as like signing up for the ceremony or going to that bookstore or changing your routine. And you can play with your intuition, but whatever your higher self nudges you to do, just play with trying that for a day or even an hour. Like, my higher self nudged me to start sketching and drawing again, and then nudged me to buy some oil paint, nudged me to paint again, right? And all these little steps, when you see how expansive you feel when you follow that, you build this trust that, okay, I did that and I'm still safe. I feel good. Building that safety in yourself. We're going to take a break from questions. I'll come back to that. I wanted to read some cards I pulled for the group. I always choose a card or two for the group energy. And this one was so perfect, as always. Can you see that? It says Sacred Union from the Rumi deck, and I'm going to just read, it's long, so I'll read a part of it. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that which is to come, and also as a confirmation of your spiritual journey thus far. You have been working to integrate masculine and feminine energies within. Oh, perhaps you have not used those words, but you have been attempting to find the balance between living a surrendered life and leading from the heart, and then knowing when to take the initiative to set something in motion, when to put your body, mind, and soul into getting your shoulder behind something to push. You have been working hard to surrender attachment to plans and how you think things should go. Instead, you have intended to show it up for what it is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is as though it were a big mistake, perhaps caused by ignorance within. No, you do not seek to hide from love anymore. You have been learning step by step how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking, beautiful, lucky angel. So your confirmation is thus: you are growing, you are evolving, you are making genuine shifts in consciousness that are allowing you to change the way you are in this world, to become freer, more loving, wilder, and divine. The divine has been seducing you with love and beauty, and now in your surrendered state, you are seducing the divine. Keep believing in the inner healing path. You're traveling with such success. Accept this confirmation and acknowledgement close to your heart, and keep traveling along your path of love. I love that. It's perfect for the theme, of course. And then as a bonus, I got one more quick one from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And it says mending. Each time we are hurt and allow the hurt to pass through us without understanding and integration, we accumulate an unwanted burden. This keeps us chained to the very things we need to heal: the pain, the emotions, the memories, the echoes of resentments, and the arguments that we rehearse over and over. Now is the time for mending rifts, healing wounds, and letting go of the old hurts in order to reclaim your power. Now is the time to forgive, release, make peace, and make amends to others and yourself. Set yourself free. And it's because of this card, I really felt like spending some extra time in that healing, in that lotus, and also do the forgiveness for self. And the more we shift and alchemize with love, the more you do open up to more peace, more peace, and yeah, this lighter energy. And this opens up timelines of your highest path. You are on your highest path, but more beautiful timelines. Okay, I'm gonna catch up on questions. Did you already know what you wanted to do before you quit your Silicon Valley world? No. And I could not, if you told me I'm doing this, I would have thrown up and quit right there. Like, no way. I used to be terrified of public speaking, and even just doing a one-on-one interview with someone on Zoom, I'd have to like calm my beating heart and prep. And yeah, I used to like, even in my early career, I used to have to take notes on everything I need to say on a phone call. So yeah, I could not have imagined every step of this path. I knew though, and I feel like we all can kind of tune into, how do you want to feel? Right? What is your essence? How does your soul want to express itself? What makes you feel expansive? And for me, it's always been art and writing, which are the physical 3D roles. But the truth of that is, what is it behind that? What is the core of that? And to me, it's translating energy into form. And I love exploring, because I'm a very mental person also, as a Virgo sun. I do like exploring the edges of consciousness and ideas, and to be able to write about my journey and write about these ideas and concepts and feel it. It was so exciting to me. Yeah. And I think you can never plan your full path. It's just take each step as it comes and be open. Yeah. And as you clear more fears, it will open up for you, because on day one, I couldn't say I'm going to be doing ceremonies with hundreds of people. But as I cleared the fear of being seen and heard, as I really worked on that, I gained the confidence to share my voice more and just show up as I am. This might be my favorite ceremony yet. Oh, thank you. Is it possible to do corporate job from being in expanded state and being connected to the heart? Yeah. So you're saying, is it possible to be in a job you don't like, or a corporate job? Yes, of course, it's possible. And for many, it might feel like that's the only option. Like, of course, we're in a 3D world where there's bills and things to be responsible for in your life. At the same time, I also believe you're going to feel suffocated and stuck and constrained until you really let yourself follow your excitement and passions, even in your free time. Even in that 1 hour, I used to go home from work really late, San Francisco hours, and I go to a coffee shop after work, after working from so early in the morning, and write and just journal. And that was my best part of my day, even though I was exhausted. So if you can have that little hour to yourself, and as you do that, the momentum will shift, and maybe you can tune into, what are other possibilities? Is there a job that is more aligned or feels more expansive to me? I feel the strong desire to move from New York, but I don't know where to go, where I'll belong. Yeah, I would say we are exactly where we're meant to be on the earth, kind of as light workers, whatever you want to call it. We're positioned where we need to be. And then when you feel a call to move, it will come through and you'll know intuitively where. And if it's not clear yet, it's not meant to happen yet, but you will know. So trust, with all these open-ended questions, trust the answer will come when you're meant to have it. And just keep telling your higher self, your universe, I'm open to being guided. I'm open to guiding myself. The new earth felt connected, vibrant with life, intermingling, so much grass, trees, breathing space. Yeah, I love that. Like Play-Doh, wow, a softer, more pliable energy on the new earth. nature-esque connection, flow, peace. Like the new avatar. Aw, that connection with nature. I think the new earth is already here and it already exists. It's up to us to connect with it and let it into our realities. Yep. It felt harmonious, collaborative, and nourishing for all. Okay, we have time for a few more questions. Okay, this is a great one. Do you channel entities from other dimensions? So some of you might know there's people on YouTube or other channelers where they say I'm connecting to my higher self on this other dimension or a completely different entity. To me, and I have a very personal and unique way that I see this, is from one perspective, we are all one, we are all connected. So if you channel another being, even an ancestor, an angel, a guide, it is an aspect of you, your soul, your higher self, your oversoul, whatever you want to call it. So you are channeling yourself, just maybe the frequency feels different or more expansive. And then here's where some people say, but there might be negative entities, and that's not you. Well, for me, when you're connected to your heart, right, to the truth of who you are, when you do that grounding and you set the intention to connect for the highest good, you can only connect with all that is for your highest good. And if you have a fear of other entities you need protecting from, it's almost like the idea that you need protection or that fear is what creates the experience of it, or could create the experience of needing protection. For me, I've always felt like, no, I'm solid in myself. I'm connecting to my heart. I am love. Nothing can touch me. And so it's always felt pretty like I don't have to think about protecting myself. Instead of protection, I try to ground myself. Yeah. And set that powerful intention to connect. I just got done typing out everything that took place during the ceremony. Wow. Y'all, that was so powerful. So grateful that we all got to connect with each other in a grid of love. Yeah, I love that grid of love. Really felt like it was happening because our intention's so powerful. So nice, and to expand that love outward through the universe. Love is so expansive, and I'm still in that space. When we're trapped in the frequency, when we're tapped into the frequency of unconditional love, it literally creates an outward ripple into the universe. Love creates life. Thank you. I love that share. Do you feel past lives and future lives and present life occur at the same time in higher dimensions? Oh, I love these trippy questions. Yeah, from one perspective, there's no time, or time is a construct that we feel and perceive as humans. But from another dimension or a higher perspective, more expanded state of oneness, you collapse it all where it's all happening at once. And this is so trippy for the human mind to get. But remember in that ceremony where I said in that frequency of love, where you're really quiet in the mind and you feel that love, you are in the 0 point field. You're in that space where everything is occurring now, everything's possible. You're tuned into a higher aspect of you. Yeah, so yeah, it's super trippy, but our past lives are actually parallel lives. Like they're all happening now. I'll do more posts on that because it's a fun, trippy one to get into. All right, so just wrapping up. Just one more good question. What is your perspective on dreams? Is it our parallel life, our subconscious reflecting, or... Ooh, good question. I really feel the soul never sleeps. So we tune into other aspects of ourselves, our parallel lives, other dimensions while we sleep. Like you're active doing things, right? On other dimensions. But when the mind, what you interpret as your dream or what you remember from it, often it can be something that a subconscious reflection or clearing. Often we clear emotions and fears in our sleep state too. It could be a message, right, from your higher self. So there's the human filter we put on that too, and also we forget a lot of our what we're doing in our sleep. Yeah, we only remember a tiny part, which is our dreams. Mm. Okay, oh my gosh, it's time already. But I wanted to send so much love to all of you from all over the world. Thank you for really being here and giving yourself this time and for seeing me and, yeah, supporting my journey. I love and appreciate all of you so much. Everyone want to wave? Ah, good to see you guys. Ah. Send you so much love. Have a beautiful evening or morning wherever you are. Beautiful day. Bye.